Yeah, guys, that's a good question. Where did that $634,000 go? After all the people that stood behind uh, Carmelo, Anthony Carmelo, I think, or whatever his name is, uh, where did all that money go? Because, to my understanding, when he went to court, he claimed to be broke and no money. And why is it that that money was not saved for defense, for lawyers to help this young man that could have got him a lot less sentence? I don't know if they could have or not, but why is it that that money got gone? That's what I don't understand. If he would have gotten a lawyer, a murder trial lawyer, he may have been able to get off for less years. But instead, the money has disappeared. They're not talking, so nobody knows. I heard a few rumors, but that was rumors. I have no proof to that. So a rumor is no more than somebody whispering in somebody's ear. To me, if you have no proof of what exactly happened with the money, then you can't really say anything about where it went. But the problem is it did disappear. As far as that goes, is what they're saying. Where it actually did or not, I have no idea. I can't say about that. But I guess that's where the question needs to start. People want to blame others for the tragedy of the death of Metcalf, and they want to claim that Metcalf was the instigator, but there was witnesses, black and white, saying that Anthony Carmelo was the aggressor. I don't know how many there were, but they had to be quite a bit. I don't know how many witnesses there were, or how many was called, because they didn't televise it. And they didn't say. They just said schoolmates and witnesses. They didn't say how many. In a court of law. But whatever the case is now, people are mad and say it was rigged when they had the money to buy or pay a real attorney money, and it's not there. And they couldn't do that because the money was gone. So whose fault is that? That's the question. I mean, the attorneys that do this for a living, I don't know how many years he would have gotten, but he probably would have gotten a lot less than 35. And he probably would have spent most of it on probation as long as he got in no more trouble. But y'all chose to do whatever you did with the money, I don't know. And the money supposed to be had disappeared, and nobody knows where it's at. So even the people that sent the money for Carmelo, then how do you think they feel? That's what that money was supposed to be used for. So, a lot of questions there. And I don't believe we're ever going to find out. It is sad that young man has got to spend that much time in prison. because now the system is now going to be in charge of him. And now he has got to spend probably at least 17 years of that, I believe is what they're saying, before he actually gets out. So he'll be, what, 36, something like that? But still. And that's before his first parole comes up. So still, that's 17 years you have to spend behind a controlled place. And what is he going to be taught? How's he going to come out? Is he going to come out for revenge, or is he going to learn things and realize his mistake? That's another question. I mean, the law is the law. If you kill somebody, and I'm just saying the truth here, is Metcalf did not have a weapon. And all he did was push him. That was no reason for a knife to be pulled and to kill the man, or young man. His life is gone. They can't get that back. But yet y'all are mad, or a lot of people are mad, because he had that sentence. But I don't believe he's going to have to serve that whole 35 sentence as long as he does, acts right and stays out of trouble. But will he? That's the question, is will he stay out of trouble and avoid trouble? Nobody knows. Hope he does, and hope he gets out. Not at 51, but at 36. It's a tragic thing, really. I'm sorry Metcalf's no longer going to be here. His mother, like she said, it's one-sided conversations now. But nobody's looking at that. They're only looking at the part where Carmelo has to serve his term now and claiming it's injustice after the judges ruled and the jury. But they're blaming it on white people because he got sentenced for murder. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. God bless, and stay close to that Bible. Hope everything works out right in Texas. Hope people come to their senses. Courts have the final word, we don't. And they're saying it was an all-white jury whenever there was Latinos and other races in there too, but yet they called it an all-white rigged jury. I don't get that. I don't get that either. But I think both families need to be prayed for myself. I think both families need to get on their knees and start praying for everything that's happened. And I think both families need to pray for each other to give them peace. God bless, and y'all take care.